Dear friend, first, let me just say this. I'm sorry. I know you're hurting, and I know this ache feels impossible right now. Whether you were left unexpectedly, whether things ended in a slow unravel, or whether you had to make the painful choice to walk away yourself, losing someone you love, cuts deep. It's not just the person you're missing, it's the life you imagined with them, the little rituals, the comfort of familiarity, the future you thought you were walking toward together. When love ends, it feels like the ground has shifted beneath you. And I want you to know that it's okay to feel completely disoriented. It's okay to feel angry or numb or so sad you can't catch your breath. It's okay to miss them, even while knowing you shouldn't go back. It's okay to feel like you'll never move on, because in the thick of heartbreak, that's what it feels like. But here's the truth I want you to carry with you. You will get through this. Not overnight, not all at once. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll feel like you've made progress, and then out of nowhere, a song, a place, or a scent will bring you right back. But step by step, you'll find yourself again. And in time, you'll realize the pieces of yourself you rebuild will be stronger, wiser, and more beautiful than you ever thought possible. Let's talk about how. Step one, let yourself feel it. A lot of people will tell you to just move on, as if grief has an on-off switch. But you're not a machine. You're a human being with a heart that invested love, time, and hope in another person. That deserves respect. So don't try to skip this part. Let yourself cry. Let yourself rage. Journal until the pages blur with tears. Give yourself permission to grieve what you've lost, both the person and the imagined future that's now out of reach. Think of it like a storm passing through. You don't try to hold the clouds in place. You don't apologize for the rain. You just let it fall, because only then does the air clear. Suppressing emotions only pushes them underground, where they fester and reappear later in unexpected, often destructive ways. So yes, cry in the shower, vent to a trusted friend, scream into your pillow if you need to. The pain has to be felt before it can be released. Step two, protect your space. One of the hardest parts of getting over someone is the way their shadow lingers in your phone, in your social media feeds, in your routines. Every photo, every notification, every accidental run-in online is like reopening the wound. Here's the hard truth. You need distance. You need to create a buffer between yourself and them so your heart can begin to heal. That might mean unfollowing or blocking them on social media. It might mean deleting their number, or at least archiving your old texts so you're not tempted to reread them at 2 a.m. Some people hesitate here. They don't want to seem dramatic, but protecting your emotional well-being is not dramatic, it's necessary. Think of it as emotional first aid. If you broke your leg, you wouldn't keep walking on it. You'd rest it, protect it, give it time to mend. This is the same thing, and don't just protect yourself digitally, protect your physical environment too. If seeing a sweater they left behind or a mug you shared together hurts, put those things away. You don't have to throw them out if you're not ready, but box them up and store them somewhere you won't trip over them daily. This isn't about pretending they never existed. It's about giving yourself the space to breathe without constant reminders of what you've lost. Step three, remember who you are without them. When you love someone deeply, your lives intertwine. Your routines overlap. Your jokes become shared language. Your identity begins to weave around theirs. So when they're gone, it can feel like a piece of you has been ripped away. But here's something powerful. This is your chance to rediscover you. What did you love before them? What passions, hobbies, or quirks made you feel most alive? Maybe you loved painting but stopped because your partner thought it was silly. Maybe you loved traveling solo, cooking elaborate meals, or staying up late to read novels. Whatever it is, this is your time to reclaim it. Even better, try something new. Take a class you've always been curious about. Pick up a hobby that excites you. Go places you've never been. Each new experience will remind you that your life is expansive, that joy doesn't begin and end with one person. Rebuilding your sense of self isn't just a distraction, it's the foundation of moving forward. The more you invest in your own growth, the less you'll define your worth by someone else's presence or absence. Step 4. Reframe the story. When relationships end, our minds have a way of looping the greatest hits, the sweet moments, the laughter, the intimacy. And yes, those memories are real, but they're not the whole story. If the relationship was meant to last, it would have. Something wasn't working, and it's important to face that reality instead of clinging to an idealized version. One helpful exercise: write down all the reasons it didn't work. Be brutally honest. Maybe they didn't communicate well. Maybe they weren't emotionally available. Maybe your needs weren't being met. Maybe the timing was wrong or your values clashed. Whatever it was, put it on paper. Then, when your mind drifts into nostalgia, revisit that list. It will help ground you in reality and remind you that you're not just grieving the loss of a person, you're grieving the loss of a fantasy of what could have been. And fantasies, while beautiful, are not sustainable foundations for real love. Step 5. Be gentle with yourself. Heartbreak often triggers self-blame. You might find yourself asking, was I not enough? Did I do something wrong? If I were prettier, smarter, more successful, would they have stayed? Stop right there. The end of a relationship is never proof of your inadequacy. Love ending doesn't mean you are unlovable. It simply means that this particular connection ran its course. Maybe it was meant to teach you something. Maybe it was meant to shape you for the love you haven't met yet. But it was never meant to define your worth. So treat yourself with compassion. Imagine your best friend was going through this. What would you say to them? You'd never call them worthless. You'd never tell them they weren't enough. You'd hold them gently, reassure them, and remind them of all the beauty they bring to the world. That's exactly how you deserve to treat yourself now. Step 6. Lean on your people. Heartbreak can make you want to retreat into solitude. And while some alone time is healthy, isolation can make the pain heavier than it needs to be. Don't be afraid to lean on your support system. Call a friend and say, I don't need advice, I just need to cry. Spend time with family members who make you laugh. Join a group or community where you can feel connected. If the sadness feels unbearable, seek out a therapist who can guide you through the healing process. Humans are wired for connection. Healing often happens in the presence of others who remind us that we're not alone. Step 7. Look toward the future. Right now, the future might feel like a terrifying blank page. But blank pages aren't empty. They're full of possibility. This is the time to start imagining new dreams. What kind of life do you want to build? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to become? Even small goals can help shift your perspective. Signing up for a 5K, redecorating your space, saving for a trip, or even just planning a fun weekend with friends. Each little step forward helps remind you that your story isn't over. It's just taking a new direction. And someday, maybe not soon, maybe not in the way you expect, love will find you again. But next time, you'll walk into it with deeper self-awareness, clearer boundaries, and a stronger sense of who you are. Step 8, give it time. Here's the part no one wants to hear. There is no shortcut. Healing takes time. Studies suggest it often takes around 3 months before people start feeling noticeably better after a breakup. But better doesn't mean completely healed. It may take longer, and that's okay. You don't need to rush. You don't need to meet anyone else to prove you've moved on. You don't need to compare your healing timeline to anyone else's. Just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, one breath at a time. A final word. If I could reach through this page and place my hand on yours, I would. I'd remind you that this pain you feel is not permanent, that the heart, no matter how broken, has an incredible capacity to heal and expand, that love in all its forms is still ahead of you. You are not defined by this loss. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply in the middle of a chapter that hurts, and that's what makes the next chapter possible. So be patient with yourself. Be gentle. Trust that even when you don't see it, healing is happening quietly beneath the surface. One day soon, you'll wake up and notice that the ache has softened, that you can smile at a memory without feeling like it's tearing you apart, that you feel hopeful again, that you're ready not to forget, but to carry forward the lessons, the growth, and the resilience you've gained. Until then, just keep going. That's all you have to do. Keep breathing, keep moving, keep loving yourself through it, because you will get over them. And when you do, you'll realize that you've found something even more important. You've found yourself. With compassion, someone who's been there,